Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Today, you will learn about how Logitech is transforming the workplace experience. You'll hear from members of our team with some exciting launch announcements. Technology changes fast, and it's only going to continue to accelerate, which means more AI, more automation, more data, and on top of that, shifting IT priorities. We heard you on that one. The office experience is changing rapidly for all of us. So, what does this mean for you? Over the years, we have pioneered solutions for a complete workplace, from individual desks to conference rooms, from our iconic mice and keyboards to market-leading webcams and conference cams. We provide complete solutions for all people in all spaces. We start with a deep understanding of how humans interact with computing devices. We draw from our rich consumer heritage to design workplace solutions that remove friction and enable better collaboration. On top of that, we design for sustainability in everything we do. So that's what you'll see today. An obsession with making technology seamless for end users and for you, so you can offer experiences that meet everyone's needs. You'll hear from Alan with a big announcement around our newest video bar, Philippe and Johanna with details on our new services offering, and Henry will walk you through how we are innovating with partners and software. So let's get started. Over to you, Henry.
Thanks, Prakash. At Logitech, we're well known for building great, long-lasting hardware. But we believe software is the key to unlocking our device's full potential. In fact, the majority of our engineers who work on enterprise solutions are actually software engineers. Through software, we believe we can make our devices smarter, unlock better integrations with our partners, and be more sustainable. Let's first talk about making devices smarter. Rally Bar was our first Collab OS device, and since then, we've dramatically expanded our Collab OS device portfolio and released 12 major Collab OS software updates. These ongoing software updates allow us to continuously optimize our devices to make the meeting experience more immersive and more productive. With Right Side 2, we evolved the remote viewer experience from traditional group framing to individual participant framing. Using advanced machine learning algorithms, we are able to provide an at-home webcam-like experience for meeting rooms. To help ensure we only frame meeting room participants, we extended our framing technology with a feature we call Camera Zone. This feature, which is particularly handy in rooms with glass walls, allows admins to establish an area of focus for the camera that's limited to the room itself. You no longer need to frost your glass walls. But our vision for the future goes beyond a single camera. When the in-room conversation moves to brainstorming on a whiteboard, Logitech Scribe can broadcast that whiteboard content into video meetings with outstanding clarity. In larger, more traditionally shaped spaces, we believe multiple cameras are needed to capture multiple viewing angles to provide that webcam-like experience. This is why we pioneered the idea of combining a front of room with a center of table camera to provide a fundamentally better video experience. Logitech's site has already raised the bar, but today I'm thrilled to announce that we're raising the bar once again. Our highly anticipated feature, Smart Switching, which intelligently switches camera views depending on where participants are looking, is now available as a public beta. While it's important for remote participants to see everyone clearly, it's even more important for them to hear everything being said. This is why we use an advanced 6-microphone array in the Rally Bar family of products. These beamforming mics capture speakers from as far as 7 meters away. But we didn't stop there. For the past year, our audio team have been heads down rewriting many of the audio algorithms from the ground up. Using the latest machine learning technology, we've produced larger, more complex models that greatly outperform prior ones. Now, reverb from hard surfaces and other unwanted distracting sounds are significantly reduced while preserving the speaker's natural voice. We call this improvement Right Sound 2. It's part of the CollabOS 1.12 software update and is available now. Let's talk about our partners. To fully unlock what our solutions and AI can do, we integrate deeply with partner platforms to enable even richer and smarter experiences. Our Microsoft Teams certified devices now support speaker recognition and attribution, which unleashes the power of Copilot in the meeting rooms to deliver meeting summaries, insights, and action items. We've integrated our RightSight 2 technology to enable IntelliFrame, an AI-driven meeting experience designed to improve hybrid meetings. We've extended this next-gen video experience to larger spaces with Sight, making Rally Bar with Sight the first and only front and center Teams certified solution. But today, I'm excited to share that later this year, we're bringing multi-stream support for Teams Room on Windows with Rally Bar and Rally Bar Mini. This will give remote in-room participants their own tiles and later participant labeling. Together with Zoom, we've delivered smart and immersive experiences that enable hybrid teams to work from anywhere. With Zoom AI Companion, our solutions boost productivity and team collaboration. We use our RightSight 2 technology to integrate with Zoom Smart Gallery, giving in-room participants their own tiles, just like those dialing in from home. For larger spaces, we've certified Sight, Zoom's first and only certified panoramic camera. And we've certified Rally Camera to enable Intelligent Director that brings the multi-camera experience to even more room types. And we're also working with Zoom to bring the Intelligent Director experience to Zoom Room appliances with Sight. And we'll have a lot more to share about that soon. Lastly, but not least, we're excited about our joint innovation roadmap with Google, particularly Workspace with Gemini at the center of it. The recent introduction of Google Meet for Android on Rally Bar and Rally Bar Mini makes us Google's first and only hardware partner, providing the flexibility of choice to deploy either Android-based or Chrome OS. Later this year, we'll share how we further elevate our user experience by integrating Gemini across our portfolio of solutions like Sight with dynamic tiles and dynamic layouts, or Gemini's live translation supported by Rally Bar family. Lastly, let's talk about sustainability. As market leaders, it's our responsibility to consider all stakeholders, especially the environment. Earlier this year, we announced our transition to using Next Life plastic materials in our CollabOS device portfolio. But there's so much more we can do with software. Through regular software updates that add new capabilities, we extend the life of a device so you can keep it longer. But we can do more. We've been working on something big. Today, most CollabOS devices are running on Android 10. But new versions of Android are released periodically that enhance the security and supportability of the platform. So I'm proud to share that we will be upgrading all CollabOS devices to Android 12. This update will provide an additional 2 years of security patches and compatibility support, which helps keep devices in use that much longer. So, as you can see, software is at the core of what we do and what we believe. Through continued software updates, we can make our solutions smarter with new AI capabilities, deliver deeper partner integrations, and make our solutions more sustainable by extending their life cycle. Now, to share another big announcement, I'd like to introduce you to Alan.
Thanks, Henry. 8 years ago, a small group of us came together to reimagine what a modern video conferencing solution could be. We saw a world of complexity that needed to be simplified. We wanted to make video conferencing more flexible, to give you more choices. And we wanted to make something that would extend video into all spaces, not just high-end boardrooms. With these simple principles, and a lot of feedback from you, we delivered Meetup, one of the first all-in-one video conferencing solutions. We had ambitious dreams, but we never imagined that Meetup would equip over 1 million conference rooms. It's helped people connect in the most challenging of times, and brought people together in the best moments too. But a lot has changed since we launched Meetup. IT and end users continue to want simpler products and flexibility, but now expect them to be smarter and enhanced with AI. And as more spaces are being video enabled, there is an expectation for products to be built using design for sustainability principles. So, over the last couple of years, a small group of us came back together to rethink what a modern video conferencing solution should be. And as a result, I'm excited to introduce to you Meetup 2. Meetup 2 is the latest addition to our video portfolio. It's built for small and huddle room deployments and supports both PC and BYOD-based configurations. We designed Meetup 2 around three key principles: maintaining simplicity and flexibility, providing the latest Logitech AI innovations, and making this one of our most sustainably built video bars yet. Let's talk about simplicity. Meetup 2 features the same all-in-one design that makes installation a breeze. It comes with a redesigned multi-mount system so it can be installed on a horizontal surface, with a perfect angle adjustment above a display, on a wall, or even on a tripod. To keep things simple, you can even use the existing Meetup wall and display mount, which makes upgrading to Meetup 2 super simple. Plus, for clean cable management, cables are neatly routed and protected, regardless of how you deploy it. For organizations that use BYOD mode, we aim to simplify how users interact with the device. Today, most BYOD setups offer a two-cable solution: USB for the video bar and HDMI for the display. IT teams will then add a dongle or a dock of some type. But we can make that simpler. Meetup 2 offers a single cable BYOD experience that connects the display, microphones, and speakers through a 5-meter USB-C cable. The best part? This approach doesn't require apps or custom drivers. It works with most modern laptops, even works with my iPad. Now let's talk about being smarter with software. Meetup 2 is a CollabOS device, which means it has our latest AI innovations and will continue to receive new features through software updates. Meetup 2 features Right Sight 2 and Right Sound 2, AI features that enable meeting room participants to be seen and heard clearly. With Right Sight 2, you can choose to either frame the group of participants, the active speaker, or each person individually. If you're using Meetup 2 in an open space or in a room with glass walls or reflective surfaces, Camera Zone lets you define an area to frame, thereby excluding unintended participants. With its built-in 4K camera and a 120-degree field of view lens, Meetup 2 ensures everyone is seen and well represented. With advanced camera optics and onboard AI, we even correct the image distortion that's common with wider field of view lenses to ensure that all participants appear as they are in real life, even those at the edge of the frame. To ensure everyone is heard, we use Right Sound 2, a collection of our most advanced audio algorithms that reduce unwanted sounds while equalizing soft and loud talkers at various distances. Right Sound 2's algorithms, coupled with onboard 6 beamforming mics, ensure everyone is heard at great distances. Meetup 2 will have AI noise suppression, which minimizes unwanted sounds like building fans and keyboard clicks. It will also have echo suppression to reduce reverb from walls, ceilings, and other hard surfaces in large spaces. For IT teams deploying Meetup 2 in a BYOD configuration, managing a large fleet of devices will be easier than ever. Meetup 2 offers both Wi-Fi and Ethernet connectivity, which makes device setup and remote management through Logitech Sync as simple as the rest of our CollabOS devices. For end users, Meetup 2 will improve the in-room experience with digital signage support. Now IT and workplace teams can personalize the in-room display when the device is idle. This display customization is available through Logitech Sync and several of our key partners. With AppSpace, you'll be able to unify the content experience inside and outside the meeting rooms. Microsoft Teams customers will be able to extend the Teams enhanced BYOD experience to unlock features like shared display mode for end users and device management through Teams Admin Center. And with Zoom, we're working to enable their digital signage-only Zoom Room experience to bring device management and wireless content sharing to BYOD rooms in a unique way. And finally, Meetup 2 is our most sustainably built video bar to date. From the inside out, it's engineered to minimize environmental impact by using Next Life plastics. Our design and engineering teams have achieved 62% recycled material, the highest percentage of any CollabOS device we've built so far. Inside Meetup 2, we've made the heatsink out of recycled aluminum, and we're using FSC certified paper to ensure even the materials we use in the packaging are sustainably sourced. And that's Meetup 2, our latest addition to the lineup that helps IT teams make all spaces video spaces. With Meetup 2, we're continuing to provide simplicity and flexibility for PC deployments with upcoming certifications for Microsoft Teams Rooms on Windows, Zoom Room on Windows and Mac, and Google Meet Compute. And now to tell you how you can scale our solutions in your environment, I'd like to introduce you to Philippe and Johanna.
Thank you, Alan. The pandemic changed how and where we work and how we enable and support hybrid teams to work together. Overnight, video conferencing went from being a tool to a utility. Many companies are now rapidly equipping their spaces with the technology hybrid teams need to collaborate, and users now expect simple and reliable solutions everywhere they go. But while that is all happening, IT teams aren't exactly growing. Let's face it, you're being asked to do a lot more with less. Our vision at Logitech is to make all collaboration spaces video spaces. To do that, we want to partner with you to help you adopt and scale. We've been on a journey to simplify our solution, making device deployments, maintenance, and management faster and easier. For end users, we've been obsessed with making the interface as simple as just one touch. And we've automated things like camera tracking so they can focus on collaboration, not orchestration. And we've also been innovating around care and coverage for our customers. Since the early days of Logitech for Business, we've provided one of the industry's most generous service offerings. All Logitech business products come with our basic service tier. That includes 2 years of hardware warranty, access to our device management tool that we call Sync, and business hours customer support. And as more and more enterprises started adopting our solutions, we introduced an all-in-one solution called Logitech Select. Select offers dedicated enterprise-grade support, provide you with around-the-clock technical expertise, and works as an extension of your existing team. Our package also includes device and space management, tools and sites, and advanced RMA. Some of our customers have already scaled their service deployments to thousands of rooms, and since launching Select, we've partnered with over 2,000 organizations in 50 countries. Today, I am excited to tell you that we're adding 2 new capabilities to our Select service offering. Here is Johanna to tell you more.
Thanks, Philippe. With Sync, you can manage thousands of devices remotely, making device configurations and updates simple. However, sometimes you wish you could be in the actual room to provision a device or help someone start a call. To help you do that, I'm excited to announce Sync Remote UI Access. With Remote UI Access, you can interact with any network-connected CollabOS device as if you were in the room. It's simple and secure. To use Remote UI Access, find the device in Sync and click Start Session. In your browser, you will see the device screen and you can interact with it using your mouse and keyboard just like if you were in the room. We built Remote UI Access to be secure. Your browser establishes a peer-to-peer connection, which means your company's audio and video never leave your network. In-room participants will clearly see that a remote UI session is in progress on all displays. Managing Logitech devices has always been simple. But with Remote UI Access, we're making it more straightforward, plus saving you multiple trips around the office. And now over to the next exciting feature. Last year, we announced Logitech Desk Booking to make it easy to book flex desks at the office. Today, I'm excited to share that we're extending that feature with Logitech Room Booking, a simple-to-use solution designed to work seamlessly with Tap Scheduler and enabling your teams to find and book rooms easily. Logitech Room Booking is ideal for those of you in mixed platform environments or BYOD setups. It provides a simple and seamless way to manage your meeting rooms. Deployed with our Tap Scheduler, the lights on the side and the front of the interface makes it easy to spot a free room at a distance and grab it. And in addition, the built-in mapping experience enables an easy navigation, which can be extended with roommates and larger size displays. With rooms that have rally bars, you can leverage the in-camera occupancy detection to check in or release meetings automatically. Room Insights help you understand how meeting rooms are being used over time for better space planning. Best of all of this is integrated into Sync, allowing you to manage devices and spaces from flex desks to meeting rooms, all from a single pane of glass. So there you go, 2 amazing new capabilities. And now back to you, Philippe.
As you can see, Select offers a great combination of talented technical expertise and advanced software features to help you manage your spaces. However, there are some of you who have already invested in that expertise, either with in-house teams or a trusted channel partner, but still need the advanced tools to help you scale your deployment. Today, I am pleased to introduce Logitech Essential. Logitech Essential combines all the powerful software tools such as remote UI access, alerts, insights, and space management into one simple package, so you're covered if an issue should arise. Finally, both Essential and Select service tiers will be available for the meeting room and the flex desk. I invite you to try these premium features directly from Sync and talk to us about activating a free trial Essential service license before August 2024. Earlier, Henry talked about our design for sustainability principles. There comes a time when devices need to be retired, and I am delighted to share that our new Collect and Recycle program is how we are helping you responsibly recycle your equipment, whether it's Logitech's or someone else. We're taking early partner interest in this program now, so please contact your Logitech account manager to learn more. And that's our update on services. My team and I are excited to earn the right to partner with you to help you streamline the setup management and scaling of your conference room and flex desk deployments. We've got you covered, either with Logitech Select or Logitech Essential. We're here to ensure your success. I'll now pass it back to Prakash to conclude our session.
Thank you, team. That was terrific. We shared a lot today, from software advancements with CollabOS to the launch of Meetup 2 and our new service offerings. We are innovating to help our customers keep up with the demands of the modern workplace. Innovation, reliability, global scale, and sustainability. Above all, a relentless focus on simple, intuitive experiences, designed for people and built for business. Now, that's the new logic of work. Thanks for tuning in. Now I invite you to join us for a Q&A with our team.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining our Transforming the Workplace Experience event. I'm so excited to have you join us. And wow, what a slew of announcements we just talked about. You know, we actually had to be really choiceful about the things we included in the keynote you just heard from, but that's where this portion comes in, this live Q&A with our expert panelists who are ready to talk to you about all these great announcements, what we're doing in the business, and how we're helping you address your challenges in the collaboration space. Now, before we get started, a bit of a housekeeping note. If you have questions that you are waiting to ask us, either put them directly through Q&A, where our team will answer through chat, or they might bring it up here for us to discuss live. So remember to pop them into the Q&A. Now, speaking of panelists, I'd like to introduce to you our experts today. We have Prakash, Henry, Philippe, and Alan. And what a great slew of announcements and questions that we're ready to take from you. Now, while you get those questions in, Prakash, I'll start with you to kick things off. You know, the video collaboration space has been challenging and ever-changing. What have you heard from our customers around the globe about the themes they're seeing in terms of challenges and how we can help?
Yeah, thank you. The first and most important thing that we've heard is adapting to the changing employee experience. Some people are remote, some are hybrid, some are completely in the office. And when you think about it in that context, this is one common theme we've heard from all our customers. And what that really means is actually having that employee experience in the solutions you deploy, which is why we spend a lot of time thinking about the human and the human user experience. And equally, how do you actually make sure you deploy these solutions? How do you make sure that it's easy to deploy, easy to install, and actually easy to manage after you installed it? And along with that, we also hear, especially from some of our customers, the need to be secure from a security perspective, and also equally sustainable. And what that means is actually reducing their footprint of the IT tools that they buy, but also actually understanding some of the trade-offs that they make when they choose some of these products. And most importantly, I think the topic du jour is what kind of software innovation are in our products. We talked today about a lot of the AI features that's coming. And for each of the specific customer needs, depending on your ecosystem, there are different nuances in terms of what actually gets deployed for your setup. And these are kind of some of the things that we hear from customers across the globe.
Yeah, some great points. Thank you for recapping a very challenging space and some very diverse but also similar themes across customers. When you just spoke about simplicity and deployment, user experience, innovation through software, that definitely brings our new hardware announcement that we just made to mind with Meetup 2. And maybe, Alan, we'll pass it to you to talk about how Meetup is really innovating or upgrading the experience in a smaller space. Between Meetup to now this next gen Meetup 2, can you tell us more about the features and the upgrades in addressing some of these challenges?
Yeah, I think that, well, certainly if you look at the original Meetup compared to the new Meetup, I would say probably one of my favorite features and improvements between the two products is the audio quality. So from a hardware standpoint, we improved the hardware because we used a larger speaker driver, we use a ported enclosure, so it's going to sound better. The sounds coming out of the speaker are going to sound more full, more rich. We use 6 microphones instead of 3, so we're more accurate with the beamforming. We're able to pick up from greater distance. So that's the hardware side. On the software side, probably more importantly, we've updated all of our algorithms, and so we're going to have much better room dereverberation, much better noise reduction, and just a much better sound quality. And so you can have a video conference and the video can be so-so, and it can still be very effective. But if you don't have good audio quality, then it really becomes really hard to have a great meeting. And so that's probably one of the nicest features in my mind between the two products. So yeah.
Yeah, outsized performance for the small body that we're packing into Meetup 2.
Right.
I mean, talking about sound and talking about hearing better the voices in the room, maybe, Henry, I'll pass it to you for a question about Right Sound 2 and all the software innovations we're bringing to the portfolio, not only for the new Meetup, but for the rest of our Rally Bar family. Tell me about how Right Sound 2 improves the ability to hear more clearly the voices in the room.
Definitely. So with Right Sound 2, we actually made that available not only for Meetup 2, but even Rally Bar Mini, and Huddle. And really the intent with that was just to further push in terms of performance in the audio processing. So what we did is we used significantly more complex AI models. And what they're doing is they're removing the noise and the unwanted sounds, the stuff that distracts, while preserving the original sound. So actually what we say, removing noise is actually easy, but preserving the original voice is actually the hard part. And I think we do a really good job of balancing it. And really what it means is not only do people on the remote end have a more immersive experience, they're more engaged, they feel like they can connect, just like if we're sitting with each other in the room. But for IT teams, it's just less work, right? You don't need to install microphones. You don't need special acoustical treatments in the room. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. And you're doing that with predominantly software. So with software, with AI, with way more complex, with way more deeper models, you're able to do significantly better, which removes work and makes for the IT teams, but also makes the audio experience better for the remote participants.
Yeah, that's a good point about noise being just the beginning, right? I think with Right Sound 2, there's also kind of a clarity that we bring to voices that are naturally farther or less loud naturally. So it really, to your point, really up-levels the experience in many ways for the remote participant, depending on the intelligence or algorithms we add in. So much more than just noise.
Absolutely. Sure. And then what we can do is, we announced some of our partnerships with Microsoft and integrating our voice technology to enable things like Copilot. By having a clear microphone stream, you're able to do things like identifying individual participants in the room. And this, of course, feeds into these new AI models, these new productivity tools that lets you not just know what was said in the room, but who said it and kind of the context around it. So we're really excited about how this capability expands beyond just even the audio experience, but even to productivity outside the meeting room.
Okay, you queued up this question greatly. So in terms of Copilot, which you mentioned, and a lot of the great partner innovations that we're bringing between Microsoft and Zoom and Logitech, where are you seeing the intelligence roadmap going, and how is Logitech jointly engineering solutions to enable a lot of those capabilities in our portfolios?
Prakash said it well. It's a very dynamic world. Things are changing quickly. And if I were to look at all the things that are changing, it's probably this AI, this productivity capability that's expanding and growing and is super dynamic. Microsoft just had a huge announcement yesterday. Google had one just a week or two ago. You can see the investment from the biggest players in the industry. And we're working in lockstep with all of them to enable some really nice, richer experiences. I'm really excited that we finally got to announce the Teams on Windows multi-stream experience. It's something that our teams have been working together jointly with Microsoft to deliver. There's some pretty big Gemini announcements that are coming as well. And of course, we've been doing a lot with Zoom on Companion AI, Intelligent Director. So this is definitely where I would say from our perspective, one of our biggest areas of focus and investments, and it's certainly from our partners. And you're starting to see exactly that come together. And this was one of the big announcements I was really excited to share with everybody today.
Yeah, I mean, speaking also about multi-stream, we've got some audience questions here about site and multi-stream. So questions from the audience, they really want to know and excited about the smart switching experience coming to site for Rally Bar. When will that be coming? And then more exciting experiences with the multi-camera system.
Definitely. So today, what we announced is smart switching is now starting to be rolled out. So if you want access to it, make sure you go to Sync. There's the product hub. That's where we'll have a request form. And the rollout starts literally today. It is a really nice experience. We've been using it in our conference rooms. I know it's one of the most sought after features. Now that we have some of the multi-stream capabilities in place with Microsoft and Zoom, you're going to see us expand that from just that single stream composite mode into a multi-stream experience. It's sort of the next step in the process. And then the next follow-on kind of big feature will be the daisy chaining. So what we really want to be able to do is do multiple sites in a room and be able to intelligently switch between all those cameras. It's technically a really fun project because it's 2 cameras in the front, 2 cameras per site. And when you have 2 sites, that's making 6 cameras work together to deliver that experience. It's technically hard to do, but we're well on our way of delivering that.
Certainly a lot of angles and cameras and math and picking up both voices and faces. Exactly. A lot of engineering going into those solutions. So really excited about bringing that beta to more customers. So if the team hasn't already inputted the link in chat, be sure to look out for it in our product hub and Sync. Great, maybe pivoting back to Meetup for a moment. The audience wants to know, what is the difference when I'm choosing between small room solutions? You know, we announced Rally Bar Huddle last year, and now we have Meetup 2. Alan, maybe you'll take this one. What would you say are the differences between the two?
Yeah, so I think if you're looking at, we've announced Meetup 2 today, and it's designed for small huddle rooms. And if you were keeping track at home, we announced about a year ago the Rally Bar Huddle, which again is also for the small and huddle rooms. And so the question would be naturally, which one should I pick, right? So I guess what I would say is, from a high level, the first thing you want to look at is how you're going to deploy your rooms. If you're going to deploy your rooms as an appliance, so you actually want the meeting room application to run on the bar, or you're thinking about doing that in the future, then Rally Bar Huddle is the appropriate choice. If you're the type of company who is going to deploy, I'm going to deploy to PCs, dedicated room systems, or I'm using BYOD, then Meetup 2 is the best choice for you. So we have really two great solutions depending on how you really choose to deploy your rooms.
Depending on your philosophy of the meeting,
Exactly,
if
yeah.
you will. Great. Well, I've got a question on BYOD from Ivan in the audience here, actually, about, Meetup 2 will have an optional accessory for this BYOD cable, which enables easy connections.
Yep.
But what is the length of that, and what do you do if you want to extend that connection in these PC-based or USB-based rooms?
Yeah, I mean, so one of the great features when you're thinking about BYOD experience with Meetup 2 is we support DisplayPort Alternative Mode, also known as DP Alt Mode. And what DP Alt Mode allows is single cable connectivity over USB between the laptop you're bringing in to run the meeting and Meetup 2. So this makes it really simple for people who want to come in and do BYOD. It doesn't require two cables. Typically there was a HDMI cable that you would run to the display and then the USB cable that would go to the bar. And most laptops now don't have a HDMI cable or a port on it, and so it required adapters or dongles or something, and it was just really cumbersome to do that. With DP Alt Mode and the single cable connectivity, it's really simple, one cable, and that's all you need to do. So DP Alt Mode is a standard, and so there are many cables that are available on the market. You just need to make sure that you have a cable that supports that. We will also have an accessory cable that's a 5-meter cable. It's an active cable, and so it's able to do a much longer than normal range on with DP Alt Mode, and it'll just make the experience really nice and easy for people who want to use this space.
Yeah, going back to seamless user experience,
Right.
making different deployment options available between PC and BYOD in our rooms, but maybe expanding to talk a little bit about BYOD and enabling usage of those rooms, whether you have a license attached to it or not. Henry, maybe we talked about room booking with Johanna in the keynote there, but maybe you can talk more about the auto release and check-in function with room booking. How do we enable IT to make better use of those spaces between the room booking functionality itself, but how do we enable smarter usage, whether there's people in the room or people actively using the room?
That's a great question. I would say this is probably one of the most common questions we get when we talk about workplace experience and we talk to the real estate teams. There's always a question of, do we have enough space? Someone's always saying that there's not enough meeting rooms, certainly in our office as well. Every Wednesday, it's sometimes hard to book. And then you come in on Mondays, things feel a little bit empty. And so there's a big question around data. So we answer the question with data using AI. So all of our devices, the Rally Bar family of products and Meetup 2, are able to count the number of participants that are in the room. And then as part of our Logitech room booking experience that we've announced today, we're going to integrate that data and pass it through to the scheduling service. So not only can you know how many people in the room, but you can set business policies around how that data is used. So for example, if no one shows up to the meeting room after 5 minutes, just release the meeting, let it go back and let people re-reserve it. Or the inverse of no one even booked the room, someone walked in within a few minutes, you can just automatically check them in. And so I think space management is really a big focus of ours. Obviously we announced, I think in the studio, the room booking, the desk booking experience about a year ago. We're expanding it to room booking now, so desk and room together. Because we're trying to answer that real estate question for people.
Yeah, I know definitely Wednesdays are the hot day for us at the office here locally in the Bay Area, but certainly it's been really helpful to be able to book my favorite room with the right technology when I'm in the office. I know for others too, and a few less occasions of just single people bookings or ghost meetings or ghost bookings we call it. But this is some really interesting capabilities that we're bringing to our portfolio, and kind of the way we position it or the way we provide it to our customers is not only through through room booking and desk booking, but all these other great power tools and also services we add on to that. So maybe as part of the room booking announcement, Philippe, could you talk to us about how we thought about introducing services overall and the journey it took us to get there, starting with Select?
Absolutely, yeah. So services is a little bit of a newcomer to everything Logitech. We, of course, started by talking to our end user customers and getting a feel for what we had to do. But we also got inspired by the team that produced the hardware and took the philosophical approaches that they had around simplicity, seamlessness, the ability to very easily pick the right product for the right experiences. So we decided to create services that were along those lines. And so that's when we introduced Select. Select is all about simplicity, making sure that what you buy is exactly what you needed. You don't have to worry, did I buy the right thing, the wrong thing? You get the exact value that you hope for, and it integrates very gracefully with everything we've done. But we also realized, as we were talking to our customers that started to use Select, that sometimes some customers have actually invested. I remember I was in a meeting in Southern California, and I was made very clearly aware that maybe Select is not for us the way it has been designed, because we already have a partner that does a lot of the work that Select does. But however, we want the tools that the software team has developed. So that's how we created Essential. So Essential is basically everything that we have put together in terms of software, the analytics, the insights, the remote viewing, but not necessarily all the other extra that we have added to Select. And so that's how Essential was born.
A very choiceful portfolio so far, and we've been adding a lot of value, whether it's to Select or to Essential, or bringing the value to desks last year, and now a more full portfolio for flex desks as well as meeting rooms. So really excited to see where this portfolio is going. I know you touched on very quickly in the keynote about our Collect and Recycle program, and that's a really exciting global program that we're still taking early customer interest. But maybe you can speak a little bit about Collect and Recycle and the value you're seeing it bring, and also whether it works to just take back Logitech equipment or whether we're opening it up to other VC equipment.
I'll be happy to start with that, but I'd like also Prakash to add to it, since he's been spearheading a lot of the work related to anything recycling, sustainability. So we decided to look at how could we help in the world, this idea of devices that need to be retired, and how do we make sure that logistically we can do it more efficiently, and of course, helping the customers that would like to discard the product, buy the new product. What we realized is our footprint being global, we can actually optimize and logistically make it much more efficient to discard the product and then give the certificate back to the companies that have to discard it. And so what we are doing right now is evaluating this journey, making sure that our customers are going through it a couple times, and we optimize it up until we decide how we integrate it into our final service offering. So please, reach out to us, reach out to your sales team around the world, and challenge us. Tell us what you feel about the journey that we've created, and we'll make sure that we'll improve it over time. But Prakash?
Yeah, no, this is a super core to our mission as a company. I think we've done a number of things, but today Philippe talked a little bit about collect and recycle, and the core idea here is how can you extend the life of the products that you have deployed. And Henry talked about Android 12 in this keynote today, and these two come from the same place, and that is to actually reduce the footprint that exists in the world of carbon, and reducing that emissions. We're doing our part to make sure that we design sustainably the new products we create, but also the ones that are already out in the field. How do we take them back and give them another chance? And this is why we went and stood up the Next Life plastics, or recycled plastics in our products. We put them now back into every one of our products. And that's the key mission for us, because we want to be able to take these back, put them back in use, and keep going back and forth on this recycled loop. The extending the life comes along with that. When you can actually buy a new appliance, and if you, from your IT perspective or for your users, you buy something, you hang and bang it on the wall, it's sitting there, and now you don't actually have to take it down at all for a period of time. And that's why we announced Android 12. This is not only a software enhancement for us, but also a sustainability enhancement for us, because you can keep that product in use for much longer. And that's really the goal, to keep products in use as long as you can, to recycle when possible, we take it back. It's not just our products, we take back everyone else's. So we're really looking forward to scaling this program. Super exciting that we're able to launch this.
Yes, we need a ton more customers to work with us to be able to pilot this and work with different partners around the world to take back all this equipment and to responsibly dispose of it, for sure. Is there anything on your wish list, Prakash, in terms of pushing sustainability for all of us to innovate in how we think about lowering our footprint and impact and extending the life? What's on your wish list for the future of the portfolio for sustainability goals?
Yeah, first off, I think we've been on this journey to design sustainably all our products. And what that means is actually choosing sustainable materials, making sure that we use clean energy in our manufacturing, making sure that we reduce the consumer use phase. So when you have a camera that's looking at you, and there's a display, and there's a connection to your scheduler, all of that, we spend quite a bit of effort thinking about how to put them on sleep mode and wake them up, and how to use power efficiently. And there are more features coming on this spectrum of things. But one of the things that we as Logitech did a few years ago was to carbon label our products. What that really means is that we are telling you exactly what is the footprint of our products right there on the packaging or on our website, to tell you exactly what is taken to build it, to also use it in a consumer use phase. And we've now got over 50% of our products carbon labeled, more coming. We have pledged openly to have all products carbon labeled by end of next year. And one of the key goals here is for us to actually have the industry start actually sharing footprint data. We're super excited that all our products in the meeting room, as well as outside in the desk, all of them actually were able to track what the footprint information is. So if you're there trying to wonder what the carbon footprint, how do I compute it, please talk to us, because we've done a lot of work on this. And I certainly hope others in the industry actually start following some of the same methodologies that we've got to be able to compute these numbers and then inform choices on footprint information that they have in their use.
Right, to really make an impact, we need many more others to join us in this journey. And the many ways that we thought about designing for sustainability, from the energy and resources to manufacturing to extending life, certainly a lot more to go. So really excited for the rest of the journey that we'll embark on. But maybe quickly, Henry, in terms of the specific power savings or energy and room systems, talk to us about how we're enabling smarter usage of our equipment and the systems in the meeting room too.
Yeah, Prakash said it well. I mean, the software really can unlock a lot of energy savings. And the team's been on a pretty big journey for the last several years. When we kind of mapped out where's a lot of the energy consumption in conference rooms, TVs are one of the big, profound kind of energy consumers. And so we've been manically obsessed with making CEC work really well, as challenging as it could be at times. And the feedback we've gotten is, the performance there is quite well. So kind of step by step, you start kind of with minimizing energy consumption from displays, making sure the devices stay up longer with Android 12. But there are many other things that we'll be announcing over the next 12 months. There are certain ways for us to even further reduce the energy consumption of our products in various different states. When you have context of calendars and in-room usage, you can make smarter choices about what the devices do. And I would also maybe just hint at, there are probably other data points that we can capture about meeting rooms that we can then maybe show within the Sync portal that will tell you more about how your overall environment and its impact on the energy consumption and what that means. So a lot more insights and data is coming around usage within Sync over the next period of time.
I know we've been really thoughtful about building a lot of this data and insights into a single pane of glass, into Sync, but sometimes for IT, it could be overwhelming or a lot to manage. I wonder, Philippe, in terms of, you talked a little bit about managed services and having different partners that a customer might have or organizations might have. And you talked a little bit about how Essential fits within that, but what is the value you see to having access to all this data and through Sync, a single pane of glass, but between either helping the customer through our select dedicated team or through a partner team, that one can discern all the information coming to them to manage their deployment?
Yeah, so I think it again starts with the type of company that you are. And so if you have spent a lot of time investing in IT organization or invested and worked with partners that you have been working for a long time with, depending on that, you'll pick either Essential or Select. So if you pick Essential as an example, your partner will be able to get access to all the insight, understand how the customers, actually the end users, are using the product, how often the conference room will be utilized, how often they are reserved with nobody showing up, and then make better educated decision. So that partner can help you and your team making long-term decisions based on real data and no longer opinions or debates that you can have with different people in the company. If you have select, all that information will actually be delivered by the team, the service team. And then what we hope to do is earn the trust with our team that slowly but surely we build a partnership with you and we evolve our services, software and deployment with the help of our designated service manager. And hopefully over time, that partnership delivers a sort of a symbiotic relationship that we are becoming an extension of your team. We're becoming a true long life relationship partner.
Yes, and the team also has dedicated experience not only with our equipment and services, but also with the common video collaboration platforms out there. So I think sounds like it's been a great complement to many customers around the globe. I mean, it's a proven fact. So excited for how we're going to continue to help more customers.
And you're making a great point because sometimes the problem may not reside necessarily just in the Logitech piece of equipment. It might be an interaction between the cloud and our equipment. So if you have any problem, you connect with us, we'll actually open the ticket on your behalf, we'll connect with a partner that potentially has the issue with our deployment, and we'll drive it all the way until we find a resolution and bring it back to you. So this is where we start to really add value. You can focus on other things, we'll drive for that ticket to be resolved, and therefore you can then end up with something, more peace of mind, if you will, in that relationship.
Certainly many different options in order to resolve the issue. Now that brings me to remote UI access and some exciting announcements that we made recently or released recently in our CollabOS 1.12 release. But Henry, can you speak to some use cases around remote troubleshooting that Sync Remote UI Access or other remote UI access tools brings to helping IT troubleshoot and manage remotely?
Definitely. Yeah, we built remote UI access because we wanted just to give you that kind of in-room experience in terms of interacting with devices, but doing it remotely. The most common kind of use cases are around configuration. So the first time you're sending a device, we get a lot of requests around, we just want someone to physically install the device and walk away. And now the admins can, from the lake or something, from the beach, can sit there and actually log into the device and configure it. Certainly there's the usage perspective, like some executive needs help starting a call, you can dial in and do that kind of this concierge service. But troubleshooting is definitely one of them. So, if something were to happen, we want to be able to interact with the device instantaneously. And so the way we actually built the remote UI feature is actually unique. It's a on-prem, on local network access. So it does not require any external internet. So even if the device for some reason loses network connectivity, as long as it has a local network connection on your network, you can connect to it and interact with it. So someone on the network team made a change on the network side, things don't connect externally, you can still interact with it, you can still course correct it, you don't have to physically go on site. So as you said, that's available now for all network connected CollabOS, for all CollabOS devices that are network connected, from scheduling panels to tap controller to even Logidock Flex. It's available now, and hopefully you're all trying it and give us some feedback on it.
Yeah, a great kind of safety line or tool to provide in order to extend visibility when you're not there or when, you're working from the beach or wherever else. So really excited for the greatness that will bring to our
Holly,
users.
it's interesting in the remote UI, a lot of companies unfortunately had to reduce a little bit their IT staffing. And so now with this new feature, you have the ability to no longer have to be present in a physical office. So if you have multiple offices around the world, but unfortunately you have a limited staff, it gives you now the ability to actually fix the problem without having to fly there or be specifically physically on premise. So that's a huge advantage as well with how the world is evolving.
Another way to extend the team.
That's right.
For sure. Great. Well, we're coming up on time for live Q&A. Thank you so much to our panelists for the great engagement in answering the questions. And thank you to all of you for the great questions you've been adding in chat and to our Q&A. If you want to explore more and learn about these resources, please come back to this keynote, which will be available on demand in the Attendee Hub, as well as visit our links to check out more about our awesome products and service announcements from today. But otherwise, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.